What's up, Patrick? We're going to do a demo video for you for your Mortis saber, your custom Mortis saber. This is actually the second demo that I have done for you on this saber in the span of about 4 years. So all updated to a brand new removable chassis. We'll go over my desk. I'll show you what I did. Let me know if you like this setup or if you have any questions, and then we'll try my best to get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks, man. All right, Patrick, here we've got your custom saber. As you know, this saber was built by Eric over at Etched Sabers, and this was something that I etched for you and originally installed 4 years ago, a long time ago. Back when I was doing my demos in my garage, I'm gonna pop up a picture up here of the original demo video that I found for this guy. So a lot has changed in 4 years. All right, so at the time, I mean, you could tell this dual tactile switch, this was from Robert Sotomayor, but he was making them very plain back then. We did not have the technology to do a completely removable chassis back then, so I did give you this monstrosity, and I am sorry for that because there was no board access. There was a recharge port right here that was accessible from the pommel, and you just kind of pulled your kill key out and did your thing. Yeah, so this was a CFX 24mm speaker. I do apologize for that install, but got it all updated. All right, still a 2-button setup, so power right here, auxiliary back here. You've got, I did have your blade plug in here right now, just so I wouldn't forget it. But if I take this out, you did supply the Proffie V2 and the lit PCB connector, so you've got that lit connector in there. We'll fire that up here in a second. Now, to get to the chassis now, what you want to do is come over here and you want to take this guy off right here. Take this completely off, all right? When we do that, it allows us to take the pommel off like that, and then go like this, and your chassis will fall right out into your hand. And this is what I did here. So we do now have a removable chassis system. 22mm Smuggler's Outpost Nano Elite speaker, fully enclosed. I like these when they're fully enclosed. I think they sound better than a 24mm speaker that's not fully enclosed. All right, so that's what we've got here. The Switch Pixel PCB set. Got your board up here at an angle, so access to your SD card and your micro USB from right there. You don't have to move the board, although you can pop it out if you like. It's a tight snap fit into there. Okay, no kill switch on this particular setup. You are the kill switch. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Just slide it right in. Now there's 2 different holes on this guy. You'll have to watch out. You don't mind this one. You're gonna be looking for this one right here. Line that up with that hole right there. Kind of hold that in there. It's a lot easier to do when you're not trying to show it off on camera, but we'll get it. All right, put that in there. You've got my sound font on here for now. There is a copy of the config file on the SD card. I believe the one thing I did on that config, the copy of the config I gave you, is I accidentally put it was a V3. So I had to go back and change that to a V2 on top. Let me know if you need any help with that. All right, but once you get the pommel all locked in, you can hit power. Auxiliary over here. So this does sound way better than it did before. We're going to turn it off with the power button because we've got that thing at about a 38-degree angle. All right, we'll put a 1-inch blade in here. Come over here and tighten the blade down. Hit power, and you light up a blade very well. All right. Take this out, put your blade plug in. Kind of hold that there and lock it down. Power. You got some nice shine through on your blade plug. I did take these 2 screws out. I dremeled them down just a hair and then put them back because they were protruding into the inside of the handle a little bit, which was restricting my removable chassis stuff. But not anything you'll notice from the outside, but just something extra I did. This dual tactile switch is actually what is holding the upper chassis piece. So if you take this out real quick, let me take this out real quick. So I'm just doing one thing at a time here. This is how you'll get to your chassis. All right, so both putting it in and taking it out. Pop that out, slide your chassis out here, and then just pop your battery out. It's very easy to do. So there's a 14-pin PCB in there. You may be able to just make it out, and that's being held in the same chassis piece as your main blade connector. But there's a hole in that chassis piece, and by pushing this down into that, that's what's locking it down. So that is a nice tight press fit. I did not glue that in because I wanted to be able to have access to it in the future if needed, but it holds on nice and tight. You shouldn't have any problems there. All right, but that is basically the updated setup. So hopefully this chassis is much preferable to this one. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will box this up and get it out in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks.